Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning, and it is the butt crack of dawn, but you are with us, and thank you very much for tuning in to our live reaction show today. And I want to thank these gentlemen right here, especially this guy right here, because it is 5 a.m. Thank God. God bless you, Mr. Jeff Delaney.
No problem.
Thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm very sleepy.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you have some coffee ready, brewing at least, and we'll all wake up together. And of course, we also have Mr. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but anyway, we have Mr. Jeff Morris here. Hopefully, you're all right. Good morning.
Good morning. It's that morning phlegm.
Believe me, I'm surprised I'm even able to talk this early in the day. That's for sure. And then last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Eric B in the house.
Hey guys, the countdown music just woke me up, so that was great.
Yeah, that was
very much. I want something a little different, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the new countdown clock. That was a lot of fun. Put that together a couple days ago, so that was fun.
That was cool.
And also, I think Dan Delaney. Gee, Merry Christmas. This is going to be what it's like all day. I'm just going to be bad. All right, so let's try again. Dan Default from Wayne Manor North is also going to hopefully join us as well. So we'll see if he. We might have to give him a buzz or something. But anyway. Today we have the live reaction show. So Queen Studios, I just messaged, or actually John from Queen Studios messaged me. He will be here on the show as well toward the end of the show and answering your questions for a live Q&A. And he said like the first 10 minutes or so is going to be kind of like a recap of kind of some stuff that they have out or is coming out. But then the rest of the show is going to be new reveals, he said. So that's very exciting. Is there anything you guys are hoping to see tonight or just tonight? This morning. See, I told you.
I'd like to see a production piece of the Vision bust.
That'd be cool. Mm-hmm. That'd be nice. Anything that we haven't seen that you would want to see?
Quarter scale Batman.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Batman images to look at.
I was gonna say it seemed like that teaser. I don't know if they were all Batman, but they certainly looked like all Batman.
Looked like it, yeah.
I think that center one to me looked like it might be a John Wick because it looked like somebody in a suit.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But the rest of it looked like comic book Batman. Then there was one that looked like a Nightmare Batman, and then that one I kind of thought looked like a Ben Affleck short-eared Batman.
That could be. And I think maybe Jeff noticed that it was that one with the Batarang kind of looked like the Tweeterhead one that was teased.
Yeah.
Which I think that is changed now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Here comes Dan. Good morning, Dan.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Thank you for being Delaney. Up this early.
Mr. Delaney rise and shine.
I just called you Dan Delaney a minute ago. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the family.
That's right. I said I really feel sorry for him. It's 5 a.m. That's dedication to this guy right here. So the 91 people watching right now, guys, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe at Secret Sanctuary over on YouTube for some amazing content and give this guy some love. Give this video a like. To show him that, we really appreciate him being here this early and the rest of these gentlemen, of course. 8 o'clock where you guys are, 7 where I am, 5 where he is, and wherever you are, thank you guys so very much for being up. This is incredible. So we are currently waiting right now. We've got a minute on the countdown clock for Queen going live. And so we'll roll over that way here. So let me get rid of my banner here.
The one that really confused me from that silhouette picture was the top right with that weird claw hand. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I think it was just the angle made it look weird. We'll find out though.
Maybe.
Thanks again, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it. One time, I'm glad I still don't live in California. Yeah, there you go. 5 a.m. for you, 2 a.m. in Germany. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Got some dedication.
2 p.m.
The Secret Sanctuary should replace the White House. So there you go. Maybe Delaney for president.
You bet.
Thanks for being here, Josh. All right, let's see. Anybody else here? Morning. Yeah, hopefully we'll get some good pieces. They promised some new reveals, so we'll see what happens. Dylan, thanks for being up. Appreciate it. Again, 100 of you watching right now, thank you guys for being here. That's awesome. Thank you. All right, I will turn that off. All right, can you guys see the screen okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, we got some beautiful scenery.
Pretty pictures.
So who's the interpreter this morning?
I don't know who this. Have we seen him before? Can't remember if we have or not.
Doesn't look familiar.
No.
No.
I do have that hoodie though.
Yeah, I can't get in. I've got one too. I can't get in it.
I actually haven't tried since I've lost weight. I probably should because maybe I can finally now. I don't know. I said I need a 3X, and I think they sent me a kid small.
Mhm. I got my head stuck in it and stopped.
Yeah, it's. They even kind of joked. They're like, "I bet this will not fit you."
I know you're not going to want to leave the screen, but mention that Borg Cube left a super chat for $2.
Oh,
Said,
Mhm.
thank you very
thanks for
much. What
getting
did
up
he
to
say?
do this.
Did he say anything, Eric?
Yeah, he said thanks for getting up to do this by
Oh.
Borg Cube.
Thank you very much. Another Brotherhood member. So thank you very much. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm not. They're asking about getting rid of this little box
The stop
across
sharing.
his chest. I don't know if it can.
There
There.
you go.
Excellent.
There you go.
40 new collectibles.
There we go.
40 new. Wow.
40? Wow.
Good.
Well, that is exciting then.
Spider-Man. Look who it is.
Hey, it's what's his face?
It's Chris.
There's Chris.
Next theme for the event, and we all know with great power comes great responsibility. That's why we're talking about your friendly neighborhood.
There's a good chance that I might be on this video too.
And I'm sure
Oh.
as well is one of the greatest characters ever created. But what makes Spider-Man just so amazing?
Oh, Chris, it just dawned on me who you were talking. This is the B Mother kid, right?
What'd you
Yeah.
say?
Yep.
B Mother.
Yeah, B Mother reviews. Yeah.
I met him in San Diego. Nice guy.
Great reviewer here on YouTube. If you haven't checked out his channel.
Yeah, seems it.
Is he in? He's overseas though somewhere, isn't he?
He's in Canada.
Oh, Canada. Okay.
I think he just did a room renovation in his collection. I saw some pics on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
But I think we can all agree on one thing as Spider-Man fans. Whether you've come to love him through the 60 years of comics or 20 years now of movies up on the silver screen, our lives are better with Spider-Man in it. And your lives are just about to get that much better right now as we take a look at some of the new Spider-Man collectibles from Queen Studios. Just run.
So again, I think some of these are initial things that we're looking at are things we've seen before. Like I said, the first 10 minutes should be a bit of a recap. And then 50 minutes of new reveals.
Have we seen this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. This is the life size.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember it.
I don't think it got a lot of press, but it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I would actually like to see like a museum pose for Spider-Man in a smaller, maybe like quarter scale, third scale. Would be cool.
That'd be nice.
A little unusual, you know.
It's pretty cool. It lights up on the base and in the actual statue.
Yeah.
It's neat.
I think it was Jeff that posted it, right? It was all those life-size Iron Man statues. It looked like
Oh, yeah.
the army of Iron Man.
It was neat. Yeah, they were in production. Good morning, Den. Good morning, Nathan.
Early for Nathan too.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Passion for the art is here. Thank you for being here. Jake Hold, Todd Anderson, Geekdom Collectibles, Bobby Anderson. Thanks for being here, everybody. Real McCoy, thanks for being here.
Still waiting for that one to arrive.
Yeah, I'm anxious. When was this supposed to come out? I guess it has. Some people have it.
Yeah, some people have it. I mean, I could have it if I wanted to pay expedited shipping, but I don't. So I'm being patient.
This piece definitely is a Secret Sanctuary type piece. I like it.
It's
I
going to
think
be
it was
kind of the beginning of my actor likeness collection, except for Aquaman. I guess that's the beginning.
No, that's right. This piece is awesome.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Especially since, they changed that explosion, the colors. It looks nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
I couldn't believe yesterday when Eric and I were at the con yesterday and we were looking at Silk books. First appearance of Silk. Holy crap.
Really?
$2,000 there, $2,200.
Oh
That was Spider-Gwen, but yeah, Silk is up there in price too.
Oof. Oh,
That's-
Spider-Gwen.
that's crazy.
true.
Yeah, the first appearance of Spider-Gwen's book went skyrocketed like crazy.
First appearances are just crazy right now.
Yeah.
Seemed like you guys had a pretty good display of CGCs.
Oh, there was a lot of books there. Yeah.
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 No bargains, though, it didn't look like.
No bargain, sir. No, they're
Yeah.
definitely trying to regain a little ground with the early
Yeah.
con coming back.
This is a fun piece.
This really is. What is this? What scale is this?
Quarter, I believe.
A quarter? Yeah. I guess it just looks smaller because of the pose. I like that better than Iron Studios piece.
Yeah.
Iron Studios has that one. I think I like this one better.
Yeah, I think I agree. Virtual Devil in the house. Got his channel back recently, thank goodness. That was a nightmare.
Yeah, I bet.
And if you're not familiar with him, he is a French reviewer.
He does a good job.
He does a great job. I mean, it's something, it's, if you don't understand French, it's difficult, but, great reviews, though.
He's one of those that he's got the entire Arkham line, I think, right? Doesn't he have the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he still does. I think he did at one point.
Yeah.
And yet another reviewer that's lost a lot of weight. This might be the half scale that. Yep.
This looks
And it
good.
has the A, Jeff.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Awesome.
So this piece looked great in your footage, Jeff. But so one of my questions though, and I couldn't tell, I think it was just probably the lighting, but it looked a little bit, I want to say faded. There didn't seem to be a lot of contrast in the paint. Was it just kind of lighting or?
Probably. It was pretty harsh lighting in there. It didn't really appear to me in person.
Good. Oh yeah,
Right there looks great.
it looks really good there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the opposite in the video he took. There was a lot of contrast between the different shades and highlights in the paint.
That's good.
And this is John right here. It's coming on the show here in a bit.
It's a great looking piece.
Just look how big it is. Look at that.
It's a big fella, no doubt.
It's crazy. I mean, it certainly could be a centerpiece.
Yep.
In
Yeah,
your,
great home theater, screen flanking piece.
yeah, for sure. Have they said if they're doing other half scales? I can't remember. Obviously, I mean, imagine like him on one side and Iron Man in half scale.
Iron Man on the other, for sure.
That would be incredible.
It would.
I'd be tempted to do that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And because this is a real reasonable price on this too, right?
2,200.
Yeah, I mean, for a half scale, looks this good.
especially for half scale these days.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I paid $2,000 4 years ago for a half scale.
I mean,
So
Chris,
that's
we're
pretty
going to be all in. We're going to be higher than this on the Joker.
What's this?
What is this?
Quarter scale.
This is
He
new,
shrunk.
right?
Yeah.
So say, I don't think we had seen this.
I was just going to say, and that's a Winter Soldier piece. That's cool.
And we're at the
That
10-minute
looks
mark,
pretty
so maybe
good.
we got all new stuff now.
That looks awesome.
So that'd be a quarter scale Winter Soldier.
Oh, man.
Hmm.
I don't know. Jeff Morris, is that tempting?
Yeah.
That looks really good.
I'm
Yeah, I like
tempted.
that suit.
You're tempted, Jeff?
Yeah.
That looks good at
It
quarter.
does look good. Well, certainly, less space than the half scale would be. This might be new too.
That's Mark 42.
Mark 42, yeah.
Iron Man 3. I think this is new.
Battle damaged.
Yeah, let's say the damage looks good. Not my favorite of the suits, of course, but still looks
No,
awesome.
me neither.
No.
Hmm.
Looks pretty good.
It does.
That pose is going to add some space requirement on that piece, though. His arms out like that.
首先为大家带来的是来自电影《钢铁侠一》中的马克31:1胸像。这款战衣不仅是钢铁侠真正意义上的第一款战衣，
That looks so good. That bust.
Yes, it does.
Chris, it's tempting you, isn't it?
I know. It's the one that I like. Do I have a place for a Marvel piece in my collection? That's the tough one. I think most people would say, hell no, Chris. You're the Batman guy.
Hell no, Chris.
Mhm.
You're the bad.
Thanks again, everybody, for being here and watching. Appreciate it. They've done a great job on these busts.
如果你喜欢钢铁侠，那这款雕像你一定不能错过。接下来要介绍的是昆西对六斯目前为止结果
Yeah, this is definitely new.
Looks quarter.
It does look quarter, but the light up feature.
对于我们团队来说呢，这是个很大的挑战。雕像全身都是小范围特别精致的一些刻线，尤其是在腰身侧面的细节，在研发和生产过程中都给我们造成了。
I feel like they've just really done a great job with all the Iron Man stuff.
其实我们用了很多的时间和精力。
Yeah, look how rusty the armor looks. It looks
雕像同样真实的还原了电影中钢铁侠。
really good paint.
可以看到雕像全身的战损。
A lot of gold.
Yeah, a lot of gold. That's what I don't love about the suit. I don't love the gold.
Yeah.
It's different. I used to have the Sideshow Mark 42.
Oh yeah. That's the one where he's kind of like hunched down, right?
Yeah, he's kind of like in a
Like I had that one too for a bit.
almost like a football pose.
And then they came out with the painted one, right? The reverse colors.
Yeah, I believe so. Oh yeah,
like that
that was recently. Yeah,
Yeah, recently. Yeah. I don't even know if it's out yet. It might be. Man, look at that.
Wow.
Could you imagine that in your room? That is impressive. I can't remember how much these life-size ones run. Do they run around 10 to 12 grand?
I'm not sure.
Sure is great looking.
he said it's all. At least he said the chest was all polystone.
That'd be heavy.
I was thinking, at that size, you could probably just make this whole thing out of fiberglass.
Sure would be lighter to ship. Would that bother you guys if you had something like this in your collection, but it was hollow?
No.
No,
I don't think it'd bother me either, as long as the outside looks good.
wouldn't bother me when I was carrying it upstairs.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Or paying for shipping.
Yeah.
Man, I love that.
It'd be a lot easier for them to work the lights into if it was hollow.
That's true. That's a good point. Loki.
Yeah, here we go. It's amazing how much they've improved this guy from the original.
Yep.
If you guys could have this or the quarter scale, which would you prefer?
Quarter works better in my collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the quarter better.
It is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about it.
I think the quarter scale,
And I would take that, but
the quarter scale, I think, has a better resemblance to him as well. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah, I think you might be right. I mean, I think they both look amazing,
They do.
but yeah, their quarter scale is something special.
Is that the Avengers 1 suit that he's wearing?
Yeah.
yeah.
Did they say the price of this?
I think it's up for pre-order. I don't remember.
Just curious what the price is compared to the quarter scale.
I bet it's well, the quarter scale is 21.
I believe so. Yeah.
I bet this is it's got to be at least 35.
I think it's close to that, Dan.
Yeah.
If anybody in the chat knows the price of this, please type it. Give a shout out to Brad Ladner real quick. We've got Adam, Daniel, Nicholas, Chelsea Brads.
I wonder if anybody in the chat's got this on pre-order, because this has been up for a few weeks, I think, right?
Yeah, let us know if anybody's ordered this because it's incredible.
$3,919.
Wow.
Chelsea Brad's in the chat says she got the quarter scale on pre-order.
No, that's awesome.
That's a beautiful piece.
Congratulations, Chelsea.
Be interesting to see if that's a trend, that quarter scale. Like if higher end materials,
Yeah.
like premium format.
Yeah, premium. I can see that because it's taking it to the next level really with the cut and sew.
Yeah.
Which we haven't really seen before, have we? I mean, other than
Payment Queen Studios is in the chat.
oh, hey, Queen
The
Studio.
payment plan is available.
All right.
Nice.
I don't know if that's John or not, but again, John's going to be joining us here soon.
Oh my God, this thing looks so freaking cool.
Have you seen I think Mr. X is getting the big one.
He is. I heard him talking about that a while back.
It's nuts. Could you even imagine? It is so cool.
Look at this thing.
It is incredible. And I love that they offer different sizes.
Yep.
I mean, that's really nice for collectors.
Super smart. And
super smart.
And one of the design, the way that they've got the light showing through the statue like that, that looks just amazing.
It's just really impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the difference in size. And the other one's still really big.
Oh, good. My credit card can take a break.
My credit card can
Yeah.
take a break.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have any interest in that, but it's still awesome looking. Got some Transformer stuff coming up here. Oh, Nicholas said I bought the Balrog head. Nicholas, which one did you get? Oh, without the base. Okay.
Oh, right, because it's wall mountable too.
Wall mountable, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Congratulations, Nicholas.
Wow,
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Is that a diorama?
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Oh my gosh, this thing must be insane.
Look at the detail on that.
You think it's quarter scale?
No.
This would be some freaky scale.
Yeah, like
Maybe more like 6 scale.
Very
maybe?
uncommon.
probably like 15th or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't we say like when we were doing the Batsies, like 10th scale is the size of a quarter scale in Transformers?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Something like that.
makes sense.
This is really cool. I do
Wow.
love the dioramas. No, a lot of collectors out there, that's all they collect are the dioramas.
Mm-hmm.
How many pieces is this going to come in?
I know.
Yeah.
Can you
But
imagine?
it looks complicated.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. That's Jetpack Prime, right? I think. Man. Hey, John, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. We're glad to be up here early with you guys. Thank you.
The subtitles just said they're releasing a Throne series of them.
A
Later in
Throne
the
series
year.
of Transformers?
Yeah, later in the year.
That's awesome.
That's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, it is a very cool idea.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, see, that looks good.
That does look good. Oh, I can see those being real popular. There's a lot of just Throne collectors out there too. Wow, look at that. Look at the bust.
Wow.
Wow, that looks really awesome. Ultimate scale bust.
Ultimate scale.
I wonder what that will translate to. I wonder if it'll be similar to some of the other companies' Transformer sizes. Oh, here we go.
Joker.
Right.
What Joker do we have? Oh, look at that.
What's that?
This is a 1-to-1 Heath Ledger bust.
What?
So this is a new reveal.
You guys are so screwed.
Oh my god. Okay, so it's a similar base. Look at that. It's got the jail cell in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, this might be tough for me.
Oh, Chris.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh. Let's see. I can't tell. Is that a drawing or is that an actual?
That looks good.
That looks real
If
good.
they can match that expression in paint, that is from the interrogate. Oh,
What?
Oh.
can you choose? I think I would choose the one without the coat because
I think I
it
would
looks
too.
exactly like the interrogation.
Me too.
That's the scene whenever they first arrive for the bank robbery scene.
Yep. Oh, my God. That looks cool.
Oh, it's got the
Wow.
little lights coming down that light up.
It's a different base too on the inside. It's not the jail scene either.
That's the
Oh,
front.
that's the front.
That's the
Oh.
front. The jail cell's in the back.
Ah,
Love this.
sure.
Oh, I might be in real big trouble.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm curious as to
Look at
what did the
that.
light up to in the back.
That is awesome.
It's neat that they kept the same concept as the Joaquin Phoenix one.
Mm-hmm.
That's really a neat idea. Yeah, great piece.
Get a
I
pair of
do, I do kind of like the green vest look
Yeah, I do too.
because that, and that might be in something like, I have the Infinity bus coming, but this would be a different bus with a different look. Do I need two? Man,
Wait a minute. What is the door open there?
I
I
think
think it's
depth.
just
I think-
three-dimensional.
Yeah, 3-dimensional. So there's just depth there sticking out.
Oh, I see. It's on three sides. I got
Yeah.
it. I got it. Yeah.
I think I like that look better than the coat.
I think I do too. Whoa.
What was that?
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is the life size. This is the life size one that they, or the full statue.
Oh, the whole thing. Yeah.
I feel like they've improved the likeness
It looks great.
compared to what we saw before. That even the unpainted looks very much like him. God, could you imagine trying to hand paint this to get it right?
To get it right. Yeah, no pressure. I do wish they'd thin out the hair.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the main thing. If they could thin out the hair,
Yeah. And
which I
kinda
know is
clean it up.
difficult.
It looks a little too good. You know what I mean? It looks a little
Yeah,
too.
his hair was so thinning,
Yep.
but I feel like the sculpt is definitely there.
Sculpt is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best sculpts I've seen. But I think you're right. I think the hair might be the one piece
Yeah.
that if they could continue to tweak it, I just don't know how they would do it. and I don't know if it's hand punched or if it's more of like a wig effect. It just looks so luscious.
That's right.
Yeah. It's like a really good head of hair.
It's like
Yeah,
a,
right.
He did not have that,
No.
Fabio.
but I feel like the tailoring is improved.
It looks great.
Yeah, the sculpt is there.
It looks like they've filled out. I don't know what they did underneath the suit, but it looks like they filled it out a little bit better.
I think so too.
Yeah, the body looks a little more realistic.
Yep, exactly.
Some people are commenting that they feel like the paint's a little too heavy, and I agree a little. I think it needs to be a little lighter.
Yep.
Which again, that's tough to achieve, especially if this is. I don't remember if they've said this is a silicone head or not. I know silicone is difficult to paint onto.
I think it takes it's a special kind of paint, and I wonder too how they seal it. You know,
Yeah.
you have to seal it afterwards. But
Yeah, that's a good point.
Man, this would sure be an awesome piece to have in the cave.
I think you're going to need one.
I've always said if I was going to do a life size, this would be it. Although my family would never come down here because they'd be terrified.
Yeah.
I mean, that face looks great.
I don't know. I really like the base on the bust adds a lot. I think that bust is cool.
I do too.
You know,
Well,
with
busts are certainly more manageable.
more manageable, and the base is just so good.
And my wallet, I could just feel it crying in my pocket. That sculpt is really great.
Wow, look at this.
So these we've seen before. These are the third scale. That's what we're looking at right here, third scale. And also the sixth scale.
Well, they've got a heavy commitment to honor guard Joker.
Yes, they do. And Queen Studios, if you're watching right now, I know a lot of people would love, and actually they're still, oh yeah, the Queen just said hair punched on the wig. So maybe if it is hand punched on the life size, that maybe they could hand punch it a little lighter.
Well, you know what's funny is the hair on the bust looks perfect.
Right. It
You know,
did.
right? So yeah,
Maybe if they could just tweak that on the life size, you would be, have a winner here.
the texture, length, everything, thickness,
Yeah.
looks great. This is awesome. You got
This
to
is
really
awesome.
tip the
And
cap
like-
to Queen for doing this statue.
And like I said, there's Queen. If you're still in the chat, people really would love a Nurse Joker.
Nurse Joker.
Yes.
You got a buyer in me.
Uh-oh. Do we have a new
This is where
piece in this?
Jeff is going to get in trouble.
Yep.
He's got all three.
Back out, Jeff.
Oh, so she's done all three.
Yeah, Maria is fantastic. Very, very talented. So maybe we're going to get some more.
So if people wonder why we got a movie Wonder Woman with a comic Superman and Batman, that was just her vision. And I think
Really?
it's cool that they're letting her go with her vision.
That's true. Maybe she has more of a connection to Gal Gadot, and that statue still looks amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's great.
Yeah. And you still haven't got your first one yet, right?
No, not yet.
But you are getting all three.
Yeah.
So awesome. Queen Studios just said we know the Nurse would be the best. So that's awesome that they know that people are interested in the Nurse.
Good. Bring it.
That'd be a crazy life size bust.
I take it in quarter or third,
Yeah, quarter or third would be really awesome.
just to get the whole effect of him in the in the dress.
Yeah,
You know?
it'd be kind of funny if his hands are like outstretched, like whenever he's walking down the hall.
Right. Right.
That would
That's
be
a good
neat.
pose.
Yeah.
I imagine they'd have to give him the detonator, right?
Oh yeah. Would you want the wig? Would you want the brown wig, or would you want it without the wig? Or maybe both.
That'd be a great swap out.
It would be a great swap out. Because you can have that look, but he takes off the wig pretty fast.
Yeah.
Or even like, could you imagine like he has the surgical mask with the gun pointing forward?
Yep.
That would be kind of a cool swap out too.
Boy, that'd be a popular piece.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it just hasn't been done.
Nope.
But I mean, neither had the police. I mean, neither had the honor guard. So I tip my hat to Queen for taking those risks.
Exactly. That's just awesome creativity and commitment.
It's really awesome. Jeff, who else would you like to see in this style?
I was just thinking, any guesses who it could be?
That's a really good question.
Would you want the whole Justice League? Are you happy with the 3?
Well, I am happy with the 3, but I'm curious who they would go with next because it is such her vision. It could be anybody.
Could be.
Doesn't she look pretty?
Yeah.
I love that piece.
Yeah. Jeff's in love.
Yeah,
That is so cool.
It is so cool.
it's just awesome.
Of course, I still prefer the Batman. Go figure.
Go figure. I could almost envision these. I thought, it's funny. I saw these again recently in a post, and I thought I could almost envision these in a different part of my house. It doesn't even have to be in your collection room.
Yeah.
Right.
Like just so subtle and really cool, elegant.
And classy.
Yeah.
I also like that they did different finishes on all 3
Mm-hmm.
to give different material, like different marble, or I think that was a neat idea. They could have easily just done them all 3 exactly the same.
Right.
But I do like that the difference in color a little bit.
What's the price point on these again? Because they're reasonable, right?
$350.
Oh, wow.
$350. I think I'm going to have to buy these.
They're really cool.
I think I'm going to have to buy them.
That's a great price point.
What scale?
Quarter.
Quarter.
Jeff, did you go through our friendly neighborhood retailer? Yeah.
I did.
All right. I think I might have to finally get the Batman. I don't know where I'd put him, but I do love him.
Look how good they all look together.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. Her vision, again, Maria, fantastic vision from her.
Yeah, a Alex Ross looking Aquaman would look cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That would be neat.
That would be good.
I would love an Alex Ross line. Would you guys be interested in that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Are you amazed that it hasn't really? I mean, it's been done a little bit, but not a ton.
It kind of felt like Sideshow's first Justice League line was a little bit inspired by Ross's style.
Yeah, I could see that.
I could see
Yeah.
that. It's really awesome.
Yeah, now that you said Aquaman, I think that's what I would want to see right now.
So Dan, do I get this or do I get that Joker bust that you just bought?
The which one?
Your that calling card Joker bust that you have.
Calling card. Oh, I don't know, man. I like that Joker.
I know.
The mask. Yeah.
It was cool that photo. I don't think you posted it of you and Eric in your house.
Yep.
I saw the Joker in the corner there, and it looked pretty good size compared to what I was thinking it was.
It's big. It's a full life size. Like imagine a mask you'd put on. It is definitely that size. It's
cool.
awesome. I think I'm going to have to pick up this Batman.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Like you said, it could just be a standalone somewhere. I mean, it's.
Yep.
That's how it starts, and then your collection expands.
Yeah. Starts with one.
Oh, look at
like
me.
a Dribble.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Unboxing statue chats, and of course, our live show, Rogues Gallery Live, every other Wednesday. But the best part about doing a YouTube channel is seeing
It looks like the Joker's giving you the eye roll, Chris. Like to what you're saying.
officially announce the next segment and introduce you to Queen Studios' newest line, the Throne series. Now, in 2021, Queen Studios released The Batman Who Laughs on Throne, and of course, The Batman on Throne, quarter-scale statues based on the characters from DC Comics. And of course, these are absolutely outstanding pieces. Of course, the art direction is just crazy good. And I'm here to tell you right now that the team at Queen Studios this year plans to release a brand new statue. And if you haven't seen the teasers, you are in for a real treat.
Here we go, guys.
小丑女王座1:4全真像作品的来源于漫画当中，在原作的设定中
Brand new Harley on Throne.
What is that?
而后到了
So this will go with those other, the Batman. It'll go with the Dark Knight's Metal piece.
That's a really cool comic inspired. Huh? That's cool.
Is this
Can you
just like
imagine having all of these lined up?
This is a concept art.
Yeah, it's just the art. Art.
红蓝配色也变成了它的代表色。这款雕像的高级版配备了3个替换层，
3 heads.
涵盖
A lot of color.
所有哈利奎因的
I was gonna say you got to do multiple
Every
heads on this.
people
3个
in the chat.
其中有棒球棍和特制手枪。王座的设计可以用华丽来形容。哈利奎因的两
I like the mirror. It's cracked. That's neat.
Yep.
坐姿豪迈，气势
Bud
，got
and
Bud and
Lou.
Lou.
这款雕像充满了与角色性格相符的元素。哈利腿前的
This
炸
would be
弹上
quarter.
蝴蝶结丝带，布偶小丑放在座椅之前，2只爱犬。
Got a lot of color on this one.
Yep.
露出凶狠的獠牙，守护在他左右。作为王座系列的首
So
款，
this is supposed to pair with the Batman that they did, kind of like
Yeah,
that. Dark
the
Knight.
Batman and then the Dark Knights or the Batman who laughs.
Okay.
And then look at that.
The Joker.
Wow.
Got a Joker on throne piece as well.
These will be quarter scale, Chris?
These will be quarter. Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wait, sorry. It says it right there. That's going to be a sizable piece.
Yes, it will be.
脚踏在正在放映着蝙蝠侠画面。
Looks great.
小丑的脚下同样有。
So even if you don't love the Batman who laughs, you could have the Batman flanked by Joker and Harley.
Yeah.
地台设计也用了许多舞台。
That's cool. Batman's on the TV.
非常符合马戏团的整体。在整体设计上，小丑的座椅复刻了漫画中的样式，金色的边框配上紫色的丝绒地面，质感十足。与此同时，设计师也做了许多
I like the chair.
比如将椅子顶端的心形换成了一个绑满炸药的哈利奎因玩偶。
Yeah, I'm dying to see the actual statue. What it looks
I know. It's like it's cool to see renders, but man, I can't wait to see the actual statue too.
画着一个蝙蝠侠的涂料，周围布满了发光的灯球和炸药，正可谓是危险但又迷人的浪漫。
I like the dynamite sticks on the chair. That's
产
cool.
品的高级版还有2个替换件，手部替换件包含了100趟的迅速冲枪。如果你
I
是
guess it's supposed to be like the
Submachine gun. I
Christmas
like a
light.
lot of other swap outs too. I like the lights too. The lights are neat.
Yeah, got like Christmas lights on it.
Yeah, that's
Uh-oh.
awesome. That's awesome.
Who's
Oh,
this?
here we go. Batman. What
Never heard
Batman
of
will it be?
はじめまして、スカルプターの中西弘明です。今回、4分の1番
Hirokai?
コンセプトデザインから、原型制作を担当しています。
Oh,
ゲームの
Bloodstorm Batman
とか、オリジナルのクリエイターのガレージキットの制作、販売などをしています。今回のバットマンについて説明すると、まず特徴的なのが、生物的にアレンジされた外見です。コスチュームをまとっているのではなくて、皮膚が
Yeah.
気持ちになっていた
Oh, this is the one we've seen before, right? The Bloodborne?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I mean,
とか
Bloodstorm.
そしてバットマンを、リデザインしました。イメージ的には、バーデーモンのように、
hmm.
されて人間ではなく
This piece is really cool too.
といった感じです。この作品は、クイーンスタジオとの初の合同作品なのですが、彼らは僕のアートスタイルを気に入ってくれて、結構自由
I love to see that. They gave me the freedom to design it. I love that.
Yeah, that is cool.
Let the artist be the artist.
ファンなので、一緒に仕事をできたことは非常に光栄でした。バットマンファンの皆さんが、この作品を気に入ってくれることを願ってます。そして最後に、コロナウイルスによって、直接作品を見てもらうことはできないですが、今回オンラインという形で、この作品が見てもらえることを光栄に思います。皆さんぜひ楽しんでいってください。
Look at how thin the cape looks. Like it just looks like translucent almost, like a real bat wing.
This
Yeah.
looks really cool.
It's like you can see through it almost. It's neat. It's cool to see Queen taking up their production level. It's neat.
Yep. Huh.
It's a terrifying statue. I love it. And this one's quarter too, right? Quarter scale.
Boy,
I believe so.
I mean, it's tall.
That's a big old piece. Look at that, though. That's cool.
Yeah.
这款产品是我和日本艺术家 Haragan 合作的第一款产品。
It's a cool looking piece.
在原有的漫画恶魔蝙蝠
It's not that colorful. You could probably put this in a different room in your house if you want to add it to the.
Yeah, it has kind of a museum feel too.
I'm just joking.
A cheer up any room.
Right on Jeff Morris's dining room table.
Merry Christmas.
That's right. Turn it down a little bit. Yeah, just so creepy. And it's cool again to hear from the artists to see, you know, what their inspiration was. More animal-like.
Well, mission accomplished with that.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, terrifying in the best way, Lewis. Absolutely. This is based kind of on the art of Bloodstorm, which is, you know, more of a vampire-like Batman. Yeah, did you see that semi-translucent resin? Yeah, it's really noticeable. It's really neat.
Have you guys read this? Has anybody read that arc?
When it first came out, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a minute.
Who the villain is in the story?
I don't remember.
Yeah. I'd be curious
It's
to know.
5:43 a.m., Dan.
The early hours kick it in, folks. Give Delaney a few more hours, and he'll be like, "Okay, it was in this episode or this issue, and this, you know, he'll know everything."
No, now's the
I
time.
got the
Now's the time to quiz Delaney on his
Right.
comic book knowledge.
I got the hardcover behind me somewhere.
I bet you do.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I don't know where. Too early.
Too early.
We should play a drinking game with you and just see how much you know.
Yeah, right.
Oh, here's the 6 scale stuff, guys.
6 scale. Figures.
Lord of the Rings,
Mhm.
John Wick, Dune.
We saw the
Yeah.
Gandalf teased.
Oh, that looked good.
It did look really good. Oh, there's Viper right there. Look how young this guy is.
What's he, like 16?
I was gonna say he's so talented,
Wow.
and he's been around for a while. Hey, Andrew, thanks for being here. Yeah, it could be Neo. Oh, Queen Studio says he's in his late 20s.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, right. He's a talented guy.
Yeah, very talented. Queen Studios is very lucky to be working with him. He's a really great talent.
I like his workspace.
Yeah, that's neat. This sculpt is really phenomenal on 6 scale. Sure has created a lot of buzz in the community.
Yep.
I do still wish that they were able to sell the two separately.
Yep.
I think that would have been a really great thing, but I understand why they did it. Yeah, I like those connectors. That's neat.
Oh, wow.
Instead of just the pegs.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Jeff, you collect 6 scale more than any of us. Do you appreciate something like that more than the pegs? Do you think that would be a nice addition to 6 scale?
It cuts down on having to use force to get those things. You know, you kind of have to.
Yeah, really push
Yeah.
sometimes.
Sometimes you can't get them,
Yeah.
you know, without a lot of risk of damaging it.
Yeah, I love the idea of using magnets.
Yeah, I've seen posts like that. People can't even get them off, and they recommend like putting them in hot water or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that movable eye.
Oh wow.
It's an impressive sculpt.
It is.
See, if they can keep this up in production and quality,
Yeah.
they're going to be a major force in the community, I think.
I would have been more tempted had I could just bought the figure with the jail base and the regular base instead of having to get two at over $1,000.
Look at that.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
I really like that portrait. So they've done a really great job on all of their Heath Ledger stuff, I think.
So when you have those the full scale, not the full scale, the life size bust like that we just saw with the jail cell scene. So the piece in the back, what scale do you think that is? Think it's about 6 scale, like on the base?
I think it's smaller than that.
Smaller?
Yeah, I think it's smaller.
I don't think it's an
1/10.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if it's an actual real scale or not. Kind of like what you said earlier, it might be just some random scale size. That looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
That sculpt is really good. I love that there's no seams on the hands, which is nice.
Would be a lot easier to change hands out.
Yeah. It's really nice to change up the pose. And they have the sculpted and the rooted. I think the sculpted looks good too.
I do too.
Yeah, again, if they can match that tailoring. Why so serious?
指环王是一部为了世界的光明未来誓死抵抗黑暗的伟大史诗。我们 Queen Studios 旗下品牌英爱
Looks like they're doing a whole line here.
4款经典
Yeah.
分别是人族的阿拉贡、精灵王子莱纳斯
Obviously, this is some concept art.
道夫以及被魔戒诱惑受诅咒的戒律。
Yeah, is there a Hot Toys line that's similar to this?
Say that again.
I was wondering if Hot Toys has done a line like this and how.
Asmus has. They
Okay.
have a 1/6 scale figure. They just did a deluxe Gandalf with realistic hair and beard and all that, but I haven't really seen any pictures of it.
But Hot Toys hasn't done this line.
No.
I was just curious as to how this would stack up, but because this looks amazing.
It does look amazing.
I mean, look at that. That looks like a photograph.
Yeah.
I think it might be, Dan. I think these are just renders, I think.
These are just renders?
I think. I could be wrong, but they look like that's just what it looks like to me, but I could be wrong. I think this is just to give us an idea what they're going to look like.
Ah, gotcha.
Maybe not. I mean, that looks like real cloth to me right there.
Yeah, the Asmus doesn't look as finished, professional as this.
I think this is going to be a real pot, especially if Hot Toys hasn't done these characters like this. I can see this being very, very.
These look insanely good.
Yeah,
Those likenesses are perfect.
that's really neat. Really cool.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Night Hero. I'm a French costume designer and costume maker for the movie and video game industry, and I'm also a huge collector of figures since now like 10 or 12 years. I don't remember.
That's neat. Now, what's he got behind him? Some bat suit.
Yeah, what is that?
I need to check things.
I don't know, but the whole wall looks cool. He's got that gaming chair too, that Batman gaming chair.
And here we are with the company.
Oh, wow.
Collectible. This company has
Look at the background. Gee, Merry Christmas. I got a whole bat armory.
Alita from the movie Alita.
I want to work where he does.
And I mean, it is outstanding. This company can make you think that because of the material they use.
Sleeper movie right here. I love Alita.
I still have not seen it.
It's really fun.
Really good. Yeah.
Extremely heavy. This piece of fabric allows you actually to have another
Queen Studio said it's a mix of renders and proto on the.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
Thank you, Queen Studios. I think if they continue to do that production quality, man, they're going to be a big hit in the community.
Dan, have you seen a Netflix show called Brand New Cherry Flavor?
No.
It's the same actress that they rotoscoped for Alita.
Yep.
And I didn't know that going into the series. And I'm like, God, she reminds me of somebody. Who is this? And it's the same voice and everything. I'm like, oh my God, it's Alita.
Look at that. A 1-to-1 scale arm.
Huh.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Brand new cherry flavor.
Be kind of a cool proximity piece.
Yeah.
Doll body.
Wow, look at
Look at the gears inside. That's neat. Reminds me of one of those, model hands for sculptors to sculpt with. That's neat. 1-to-1.
Oh yeah, we saw this.
Yeah, we did see her. Yeah, we did see her. Where did we see her at?
It was on the showroom floor.
Yeah, I was going to say it was somewhere. And this looks really impressive too. I think these are going to continue just to get better and better in quality.
Did they do that 1-to-1 scale piece like smaller, or is that what they're showing now? Oh no, it says 1-1. All right. I
don't think they've done it smaller. That's cool. That gives you an idea what the arm would be like painted up. It does look great, Ryan. You're right.
That base was so huge.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's the thing is, you think of a life size in your collection, you also have to think, oh, look at that.
Hello.
That's new.
So they never going back to the museum line. They never showed a new piece. It just
no, they didn't. That looks good. Will it be red though?
That's the thing. I bet it. Oh yeah, it will, because it said Man of Steel.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be red then. And that's going to be great because everybody else is doing black.
What's going on there?
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool. Neat.
He's got a little S t-shirt on.
That's cool. That's a neat touch. And I like that it's hidden back there.
Oh, they might get me with this one.
If they like this looks good. Hair looks good.
Real good.
That's fantastic.
If they can nail the likeness, he's a tough one.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, well, there's cool.
Wow.
Quarter scale bite, guys.
That's cool.
This is going to get some collectors.
Wow.
This is going to be impressive. Wow.
That's going to be another big one.
Big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, quarter scale bike. And that bike is cool.
Yep.
Whoa.
Oh, there's that piece.
So this is a Batman series of all the movie stuff.
What?
Bruce Wayne.
Affleck, Bruce Wayne?
It's all Affleck.
Oh, you're right.
It's all Affleck. These are all going to be quarter, I wonder?
Superman.
They're going all in on Affleck.
Wow.
It's neat. If you can put them all together like this, that's pretty neat.
That's a nice Nightmare Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, if you're still in the chat, is this quarter scale?
And see the Sanctuary's movie collection just growing and growing.
Without a doubt.
That's cool right there.
That's the variant
Tactical
armor.
suit.
Yeah. It's kind of cool, the base, the height.
Yeah.
That's like all biomechanical. It's pretty cool.
It's really neat. Nathan says, this is what I woke up for. Oh, Queen Studios is saying these are around 1/9 scale.
Okay.
1/9?
So
That's
you
what he
could put
said,
them all
1/9.
together. Yeah, you could do like a whole set of them together.
I like that one. That's cool.
Has to be that the poses and the height, and the intention must be to display them together.
Yeah, just to make them. Yeah, I think that's the idea.
Like an Affleck display. Yeah.
I don't know if have we ever heard of 1/9? I don't even know if we've heard of that one. What?
I think there was some DC series pieces that was
Oh, look at
1/9.
that. Quarter
I just
scale.
have the Catwoman.
That's neat.
That looks great.
Adam, nice.
That's the Rock.
I hope that movie's good.
I do too.
I think they're hoping that too.
I think yeah. I think anything the Rock's in, it's usually pretty darn awesome.
I agree.
And he really wants Cavill. Like he really wants Superman in that universe. That's a cool base.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they can nail the likeness.
That Flash movie will see the light of day.
It's not looking good for him at all.
No, it's not.
What was his offense? What was he arrested for?
Threatening to kill somebody.
Oh,
At a karaoke bar in Hawaii.
drunken disorderly conduct.
Whoa.
And so Warner Brothers, I think, is at least it seems like they're kind of shying away from him a bit.
He's a strange cat, that one.
Yeah, he's had some issues. Good actor though.
Yeah, good actor, no question.
I don't know what this is, but it's got cool colors.
Mm-hmm.
青龙纹身，霸气十足，握紧拳头，蓄势待发，伴随巨龙咆哮，溅起层层波澜。岩石纹声炸裂，龙鳞与水花刻画。
Look at the detail on that.
渐变自然，从整体造型和动势上展现出了庐山龙飞翔的威力。
Really cool.
给予其他正
I like that dragon.
喜欢我们东方圣斗士的朋友们，千万不要错过如此自然的自我雕像。圣斗士星矢吴小强中的极寒之力，它伴随着对母亲的思念以及师傅。
Well, these are definitely out of my wheelhouse, but they're cool looking.
这次我们为大家呈现那来自东西伯利亚雪原的百鸟座圣斗士冰河，金色的。
186 of you watching right now. Thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate it. If you haven't done so, please hit the like button.
战损的银白圣衣，伴随着漫天冰雹，继承了水瓶座卡妙的意志，领悟七感曙光女神的专属。冰柱冲破。
Just to remind you, as soon as this is over, guys, we're going to have John from Queen Studios in the house to answer your questions live.
力量、坚毅、极具张力的动作，配合背后绽放出超越绝对零度的冰晶，给人强烈的视觉冲击。喜欢冰河的玩家们，千万不要错过这个雕像。
I think it's time to grab a second cup of coffee.
There it is. 3 years. That's pretty impressive what they've been able to do.
It really is.
1 minute.
And they've certainly established themselves at the top of the food chain here, too. Harry Potter, the Batman, Black Adam, The Matrix, It, Dune, Game of Thrones, King of the Fighters. Looks like some of the lines here that they have the licensing for. Wow, a lot of Transformer lines. Game of Thrones. Matrix. All the Matrix films. Hobbit, Lord of the Rings.
Westworld. Interesting.
Oh, Suicide Squad. We've got a lot of DC licenses here. Can't wait to see what they do with the Batman. That's exciting. I was hoping we'd see that Margot Robbie.
Yep.
Harley. Might not be quite ready yet.
Harry Potter. I was just watching that last night.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with the Harry Potter license. That'll be really neat. Ooh, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
That's a cool license for them to get.
Wow.
I love, that's my favorite trilogy. I would love to see some stuff from them. That was awesome.
Did they show any Harry Potter stuff or no?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
All right. Now I got to figure out. Well, there's John. Hey, John.
No?
Thanks for joining us.
Can you see me? No worries.
Yes, we can. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, John.
How is everyone?
Hey.
There we go.
Good.
Welcome to the show.
Good, thanks. Yeah.
That was
Hopefully it was worth the time. I know for most of the US collectors, it's really early in the morning. So hopefully it was really worth the time.
It was absolutely worth the time. It's always exciting to see new stuff, and you guys delivered a lot of new reveals today.
Yep, quite a few. A lot of them, we started making this in like November last year, but it takes so long to get them approved. So a lot of the Mark III bust, the Loki, they'd already sort of been released in between that time. So some of this was really new when we started, and now it's sort of less new. So
of course,
towards the end, we had to put in some more of our concepts and our 3D artwork to keep it more lively. So hopefully it was worth it.
Well, it was very, very cool. And again, thanks for including me on that. That was really cool.
No worries. Thanks for the video.
Absolutely. Well, obviously a lot of new reveals, and I don't know, it's just always exciting to see kind of what's coming. I was just gonna ask the crew real quick, like, what did you guys see that you would be like, whoa, I'm really intrigued by it?
That Superman bust. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, so the Superman bust has been in our line plan for the last 2 years from what I've seen. So this one we've been working on for a while. So the reason why we probably haven't released it is probably there's a couple of different reasons, but it's usually because they want to get the sculpt perfectly. And I think they've been working on the base. So I think on the video you could see the front nameplate comes off, and there's there's the Kal-El baby in the middle. That's going to be made of silicone. So it's going to be designed to be like a full display piece, similar to like the Joker bust, where we've really tried to incorporate the artwork in the base.
Wow.
I love that you guys, well, obviously my attention is for sure that Ledger Joker bust. I think it looks incredible. And I didn't catch it. Did it? So it showed kind of the purple coat version and then the one without the purple coat. Are those going to be two separate options to buy?
So I'm not 100% sure what the final decision is. It's more than likely that it will come with the extra coat where you can style the hair yourself. The challenge is with the makeup because the scenes might be slightly different. So yeah. I'm still waiting for more news on that. But it's more than likely you're going to have the option to display with the coat, with the I think it's the overcoat or not, or with it just like the green jacket. So that's the idea, and it gives collectors more choice basically to display how they want. And then the front of the base, it's going to be similar to the other Joaquin Phoenix Joker, where it tells the full story. So the front is going to be a bit of the scene where he's walking with the duffel bag to rob the bank. You can see that at the front, and then as you come around the back, it's the jail scene. And as you can see, there's the light hanging down, and it's a little bit more 3D with a small character sat there in the jail cell.
Well, I think that is brilliant. I love that you continued on with that same theming as the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I think that is brilliant to create that line. Do you guys see yourself doing other pieces like that with more of the kind of the art storytelling basis?
Yeah, I think the Joker for our team, the Joker is like the most popular character. So that's why
Good
we've done
team. I
so
like
many
that. Very smart.
Yeah. So we know that the nurse uniform Joker is really popular, as we mentioned in the comments.
Yes.
But also for us, we wanted to do something different with the police uniform Joker as well. We've got the one-to-one. We've now got the statue, the one-to-one bust, and there's possibility for more different styles. But it depends what collectors want, really. If it's sort of been overdone, then we maybe need to slow it down a little bit.
Well, I think I said it during the show. It's like I really appreciate Queen Studios taking the risks to do some of those. You know, I mean, I think you guys are the only ones to have done the Honor Guard Joker, and I think that's awesome. I don't know how, you know, if it's as popular as the purple coat, maybe, let's say, but still, I love that you guys are doing something different and offering something different, because there's a lot of Heath Ledger Joker collectors out there, and obviously with so many people, so many different companies doing him, it just goes to show you how much people really do love him. And so I appreciate you guys doing something different. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I think the reason why they went for the Honor Guard Joker is because it's the only time you see him without the makeup.
Yeah.
So there's just a different aspect where you can really show the scars in
Right.
real detail. Whereas usually it's covered by makeup, so you don't really see the true man behind the mask. So I think that's what they were going for. And it's a bit of a risk to do it across 3 different scales, but they just thought, let's try it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Basically, we're having a live Q&A here, guys. If you're in the chat, if you have questions for John about what's coming out or what's going on in the community, please make sure you do that in the comments over here. Ryan is asking about that Superman bust. Is it the red and blue version, or is it going to be the black version?
I think from what we revealed in the DC fandom towards the end of last year, I think we said it was the black version. I'll need to confirm that 100%, but from what I remember, it's the black version from the Justice League.
I think it said. I think the video said Man of Steel.
Ah, okay. So maybe I'm wrong for that. I know that we've got we've got the black suit on the way, but I'm not sure which scale that is. So maybe I am wrong.
Okay.
I'll get back to you on that one. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Mystico is asking if there's maybe any new Batfleck 1-to-1 scale busts in the works.
No bust in the works. I know that there's a possibility of another Dark Knight bust with the Batman.
Ooh.
Because we haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which style yet. That could be on the way. It's not been revealed just yet right now, but it could be on the way very soon. And most of the Batfleck will be in the statues that we saw, which the scale I'm not 100% sure. I think it's around 1/9, and I remember you guys saying that it's quite an odd scale. But the idea is that all the pieces fit together, so it tells the full arc of the Batfleck, really, the character. So we've got Bruce Wayne, we've got
I just say I think it's an awesome concept. I really like the idea of kind of showing his entire arc in one statue. That's a really neat idea. I'm assuming they'll also be sold separately, probably too, right?
So it's like our Iron Man quarter scale series, where basically they're sold individually, but then they all fit together. So there's pros and cons to that. So if you're trying to buy like the one piece, sometimes it's a little bit tall, but when you fit them all together, it just looks awesome. So I think they've gone for the style that the idea that people will be buying it as a set, essentially. So, but because of the amount of time it takes to design each one, so we've got like the Nightmare Batman, we've got the Bruce Wayne in the full suit. It's going to take time to make them all, so that's the reason why it's staggered, the release.
Oh, it's really cool. I really do like the concept. I think it's awesome. Johnny's asking any updates with the Dark Side bust.
So the Dark Side bust, I'm not sure when the release will be for that. Basically the sculpt's all done. It just comes down to the paint application and the release date. I'm not sure when that will be released, but it's pretty much done now and approved. So we're just waiting for that.
I was going to say, I know we've seen it on display, unpainted at least, which looked phenomenal. So I'm anxious to see it painted up. That's awesome. 199 super chat from Josh. Thank you very much. Josh McCoy says, when will we see the Spider-Man half scale?
So I think we could possibly have 2 planned for this year. 1 license for the USA, and the US license version could be around August or September. That's the plan, but everything's up in the air. Depends on licensor approval.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like the most frustrating part? Is just the waiting sometimes? I would imagine it seems like it probably takes forever.
Yeah. So for me personally, yeah, because for example, I like Bane as a character a lot, and I've seen it in our plans, and it keeps getting pushed back, and I keep waiting to see it, and I don't know when we will. So yeah, it's just the way things go. There's a lot of different factors that happen behind the scenes. So there's just so many different aspects. It could get approved. It could.
Is that a 3rd scale Bane, or is that a bust, or what are we looking at?
It's not a bust. The concept that I saw was 3rd scale, but this was like a year and a half ago. So I don't know if we'll ever make that, but that's just an example. Sometimes we have these plans, and we've even made the artwork. We've started on it, and they just because of different things happening, the world's not very stable right now. So things are getting pushed back a little bit.
It's all that blue sky stuff. It's always the exciting, just the possibilities, what ifs, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Emperor's asking, any chance for a Dragon Ball Z license?
We could always find out. It depends on the scale as well. I know a lot of 1/6 collectors were watching the stream today, and I think they were a little bit disappointed because we didn't have as many reveals as we wanted to share. But the plan was May was going to be our big event in Shanghai. The Wonder Festival is supposed to be in May, but because of Shanghai's in lockdown now, that's been pushed back a little bit. So we don't know when we can reveal those collectibles. So if we did Dragon Ball Z, maybe it could be statues, maybe it could be 1/6, but it's not in our immediate plans right now.
Cool. Carlos, 499 super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat, Carlos. So it says, so it seems like you have the license for Back to the Future. Will the DeLorean be for the first movie? I don't even know if they're going to do a DeLorean. I don't know what scale or anything. Do you guys have any information about Back to the Future?
Yeah, so we revealed before that we were going to release a DeLorean. I'm not sure which movie it's from, if it's 1, 2, or 3, but we will be making a 1/6 scale DeLorean, and we're hoping to release that towards the 3rd or 4th quarter of this year.
That's exciting. So will all be 6 scale stuff from Back to the Future, or will you do any statues as well?
At the moment, it's a little bit up in the air. I think we're starting with the DeLorean, and there's possibilities of statues or figures, but nothing's been confirmed 100% right now.
That's awesome. John says, I love the render for Harley on throne. When's the earliest we can possibly see the statue itself?
I'm not sure for that one. So I think it all comes down to when the shows and the events are. So I think we would have targeted around June or July, depending on what events. It could be towards Q3, Q4 if things open up again in China. I think we want to get these collectibles out in front of people as soon as possible so people can give us as much feedback as possible. So I think that's the proposed timeline, but things can change at the moment.
Has she been printed up already? Have you seen her, or have you just seen the renders like we saw?
Just the renders as you saw, but they've been working on the throne. The DC on throne line has been in the works for a while. So we started last year with the Batman on throne, and then we've got the Batman Who Laughs. So these characters have been in the works for some time. So hopefully it won't be too long now.
Yeah, it's exciting to see the Joker too. That was a really great concept as well.
Yeah, the design around the base is going to be, I think, the interesting thing, because we did a few pieces called like the Life series a few years ago, So where we create a real life hyena, and they put the hair in all those different pieces. So what I think is we're going to go for like really lifelike characters and really lifelike hyenas and stuff like that with the hair coming out.
Yeah, it looks like very really crazy hair. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, so it could be like implanted as well, so it would look more realistic than just a comic book piece. It might be like a bit of a mix, similar to the Bloodstone Batman.
That's awesome.
Rooted hair hyenas. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really neat. Yeah,
it looks very realistic.
Yeah, that's really neat. Dylan Hicks is asking about Batman Begins. Any chance for maybe you guys doing a 1-to-1 bust of that? That's a very, very popular version of Batman that isn't done very much.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure what I can say, but I have seen the initial concepts for a Bale Bruce Wayne style bust, but I'm not sure about if it's from Batman Begins, but it's more of a suit version. And then I think they've got plans for a full Batman with the cowl and everything, but I'm not sure which one it will be from. I'm waiting to hear more about that.
That's awesome. So maybe some good news coming in the future here. That's exciting. Yeah. Emperor Collector says, any more Marvel comic-based statues coming in the future?
Yes. Towards the third quarter of this year, we've got some maybe Spider-Gwen and maybe some other comic book Marvel characters on the way.
That's awesome. James asks, is there any news when the 1/4 scale comic Batman may be revealed, or at least which concept won the vote? He's talking about last year you guys ran a whole bunch of different renders, and you kind of let fans kind of pare down which their favorite pose was, basically, which was phenomenal. I loved almost all of them. But any news on that, where you guys are at with that comic book version?
Yeah, I haven't heard too much about that. I know that for collectors, that's a big deal because they had a say, but the final say comes down to Warner Brothers. So I'm not sure what happened with that. I will follow up on that because there's a lot of people who voted a year ago, so they want to know what happened. We submitted all 4 to them, and we just need to know which one basically was the one that they said, yeah, go ahead.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm not sure where we're at, but again, as we said, it's down to them, the final say.
I just have a question too, kind of the timeliness of all of this. Obviously, this week, Discovery purchased Warner Brothers, and I know that that's a big deal with, changing in leadership and everything that's going to happen over the next few months with that merger. Is that affected you guys already? With how you are able to submit, for licensing approval and things like that. Is that going to become more complicated now, or do you guys even know?
No, we don't know just yet. But for example, Disney took over Fox maybe, is it 2 years ago now?
About 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, so that did change things. So basically, instead of working directly with Fox, you sort of have to work through Disney and Fox. Usually, their team that's there, you work with them for the approvals. But when it comes to contracts and things, it might go through different set of people now. So we don't really know what's going to happen. It's a little bit up in the air. Those things are more of the high level stuff, which we don't know about until it happens.
Yeah, I just didn't know if that would cause some complications or cause delays and things like that. I would assume it probably will for a little while.
DC, to be honest, has been in a bit of a flux for the last year and a half. I think they've changed a lot for DC Collectibles. From what I've been told, they've changed a lot of people behind the scenes. So that's the reason why licenses have been a little bit slow, because they've been changing and they're working on a few things behind the scenes we don't know about. So hopefully with the new takeover, maybe it's good for us, but we don't know.
Okay. Board Cube 1 of 2, a Brotherhood member, thank you very much, says, what characters from the Flash movie are you planning to make? Obviously, that movie has been kind of in limbo too. It keeps getting pushed back, and who knows what they're going to do with that movie. But do you have any idea of what maybe you might do with that film?
I think we were working on a Flash, but who knows what's going to happen now. Usually we get an email from the licensor saying, if this movie is pushed back, so is our releases. So who knows what's going to happen. I think that's just, I don't even think they know. So
I was gonna say, we're still trying to figure out if they're even going to release that movie at this point. Who knows? I would assume they have enough tied into it that they will definitely release it, but we're at least a year out now. So Crazy. Back Kid is responding to your comment earlier about the Affleck stuff. It was also announced a Ben Affleck 1/3 Nightmare. Has that been scratched, or is that still in the works?
So with the third scale, we've recently expanded our rights to cover Europe, Southeast Asia, Africa, the Middle East. Unfortunately, not North America just yet, but we've expanded our rights quite considerably for this scale. So I think it's likely we will still have that Nightmare Batman in 1/3 scale. But today we wanted to showcase the new scale and how it all fits together, and to get some feedback. Some of this is just a learning process as well. We can hear from what you guys like, what you don't like, and we can make changes because we're in the really early stages for some of these.
And again, I just want to mention again that Queen Studios is incredible for listening to feedback and making changes. And that kind of gets to Ryan's question. He asked about the status of Scarlet Witch. Obviously, you guys kind of teased her this week in quarter scale, and said she was up on the side as an RSVP, and now she's down. Are you guys tweaking her a little bit?
So I think we released the initial concept images earlier this week that were approved, and based on the feedback, it's quite mixed. So from what I understand is we're putting the brakes on a little bit. We might tweak a few things and we'll come back better. I think similar with the Captain America bust. When we released the Captain America bust, a lot of people said it looks good, but also looks like an amputee. So we've gone away. We're going to add an arm, and we're going to come back again. So it looks like we might do something similar with the Scarlet Witch.
That's awesome. Well, again, I tip my hat to you guys for listening to feedback. I mean, obviously, you're going to want to sell these things too. I mean, as a business, but at the same time, you also want to make the fans happy, and it's just I love that because there are some companies that do not listen, and I know I'm speaking for the community here that I think we really all appreciate when you guys listen to feedback. That's just awesome. Let's see. I also want to compliment your artist on Loki. That Loki head sculpt on the quarter scale is insane.
Yeah. So I remember in the chat earlier, you guys were talking about the different level for the quad scale, and also the price is quite high. So for that piece in particular, it's all going to be rooted hair, and the outfit's all going to be leather, genuine leather. So as a piece itself, it's going to be very, very high quality. So that's why it's a little bit pricey for 1 quad scale. But for the Scarlet Witch and for Loki, that's the level we're going. We're calling it the true to life. It's not quite silicone, but with the polystone and the paint application and all the materials of the clothing, it's going to look hopefully like a real person, just scaled down right down to 1/4.
And it absolutely does. It's just incredible. And that's what we were talking about. Like it's like a premium format. It's like a premium. Yeah. Was that intentional to kind of up the level a little bit on these?
Yep, 100% with the base as well. Adding in the whole element as well, and just the whole outfit, the head sculpt with the rooted hair. It's supposed to be the premium version. And with the Scarlet Witch, we're going to have a limited edition. I'm not sure if that's going to change or not, but I think we're going to have quite a lower limited edition for the Scarlet Witch as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I noticed that I think Scarlet Witch was like $3.99, whereas Loki was to be determined. So what goes into that decision making for the edition size?
I think there's multiple different factors that goes into that. I think sometimes it's not about, I think with a price point, sometimes it limits itself, if you know what I mean. If it's quite high, people sometimes are a little bit more hesitant. So we don't have to limit. We just have to limit the time frame. And we know, it's probably going to be around this number. But we have a target in mind that we know, this is going to be what we need to do just to make this worthwhile. With the Scarlet Witch, we know that is such a popular character. We know we probably have to limit because otherwise it could go a little bit too crazy, if that makes sense. So we don't want to go too far the other way. So it's a little bit of a balance. It comes down to the character and other factors as well.
That's awesome. Great answer. I want to thank the 205 people watching. Thank you guys so very much for being here. This is awesome. Katachi is asking about Margot Robbie. I know you've teased that Harley Quinn for quite some time now. Do you have any more information on on her and maybe what look, like what costume that'll be?
So in the Facebook group tomorrow, we might be able to share an update of the Harley Quinn, the cyberpunk version with the baseball bat. Hopefully we can share that in the group tomorrow. I'll follow up with the team today. I know in China we might be sharing that in the next couple of days. With the Margot Robbie version, I'm not sure of the timeline, but we're still working on that.
Okay, perfect. And so is Cyberpunk a movie version or is it like a comic version?
So what, because comic books aren't as popular in China, we're starting to, with like the Throne series, and we did it with the Wonder Woman, we're trying to have a bit of a spin on the originals. So what they're doing is they're looking at the classic comic books and finding how can we make this more contemporary for the Chinese consumer, for the consumers in different countries where they didn't grow up with the comic books. In the US, the comic book versions are going to be the most popular because it's the comic book culture. But outside of the US, comic books are popular, but not as popular. So we're trying to do something a little bit unique and a little bit different. So that's the general idea behind it. So it could be based on a particular cover or a particular scene, but we're trying to change it a little bit.
That is really cool. That's a great answer. Because we were wondering about the Wonder Woman, like the museum line. Like Jeff here has collected all three, and
cool.
We wondered why they went with the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman versus the comic, and that makes sense. Any lead maybe into if they're going to do any more from that series of the museum line? It's such a unique line.
I think so, because Maria in particular, her work's incredible. So yeah. I think we want to work with her for some more pieces. It just depends. Like you guys mentioned Aquaman. I think there's only a certain amount of characters we could do it with. So behind the scenes, we'll be talking with Maria, finding out what characters we think this could work for in that particular style. It has to be a really truly iconic character. So I think they're going to speak to her about that. Maybe if it's not DC, maybe we could try a different line. But the way the final pieces have come out, I'm not sure if it's arrived with you guys yet, but in person it looks incredible. You can't tell it's polystone.
I don't think you need more. I'm sorry. I was gonna say I don't think you need more characters. I think when we originally saw the video, we were assuming it was going to be another character, but I think, especially for Jeff's wallet, I think he's happy with just the trilogy.
Cool.
Well, and again, the price point on those are incredible. I mean, just absolutely incredible, and very, very affordable. So just really beautiful pieces. And again, Maria is a phenomenal sculptor. Phenomenal. Gotham City Statue Collector 499 Super Chat. I'm really behind on the questions, guys. I do apologize. So John actually did already answer this in terms of, the license for Back to the Future, obviously the DeLorean. He's asking maybe the possibility of 1/3. Is that even a possibility at this point, or just, who knows?
Not yet, from what I understand. I think it's mostly 1/6 right now, but I think other scales would be interesting. So I'll speak to the guys and see what we can do.
Okay. Another super chat. Tiago said $2 a Joker art edition regular. Is the only difference the rooted hair? Is that the only difference between the two?
For the 1/4.
He's talking about the 1/6, the new 1/6 figure from InArt.
Yeah, so it's similar to the 1/4, where the only difference is the hair. But the hair makes a big difference when you see it up close. Depends what you like, really.
I do want to ask about that particular piece. I know that there was some controversy a little bit that people were hoping that you would sell them individually. Do you think that ever could happen in the future, or do you think was that just a decision to say this is what it is?
I think there was no real plan in terms of we're just going to do 2 and that's it. I think the idea originally was there's these 2 scenes that we think they really capture the Joker character. So there's the mobster scene where he has the grenade and the tripwire and then the card. Then there's the jail scene. I think those are the 2 scenes where you see the Joker by himself as a character. And I think they decided if we're going to do it, just do 2. And then after they started the pre-order, a lot of people were saying, why don't we do 1? And I think at that time it was too late to change because the people that had already placed the order, what do we say to those guys? We can't cancel and it's a lot of work. So the initial idea was if it's a deluxe pack and it's around $1,000 for a 6 scale figure, I think that's what the conversion rate was. That's what the decision was. So I think they went down that route. To reissue it again could cause some issues. So unless we could do something really unique or different, we wouldn't reissue.
Yeah, that's a great explanation. It's, sometimes it is what it is. It's, sometimes you
Well,
go
that
one
was
way
my thoughts on if it's a figure that's posable to do both. Why not just offer the one figure at a lower price? And
yes, so that was the idea with the sculpted version, but I think with the deluxe they wanted to make it a little bit more premium, and I think they decided to bundle it together. So it's our first 6-scale figure, so there's going to be some mistakes, some things we're going to learn from, and we know it maybe made a few people not buy, but that's just what we've got to deal with now. So hopefully moving forward we can learn from that and decide based on basic what people want.
Was In Art already an existing company before Queen Studios, or was that just a company that was created by Queen Studios?
So around the pandemic time, around 2020, Viper joined the company to start helping us with some of our statues. But Viper's background is mostly in figures. So I think him and Jason, the CEO, they love collecting and they've got different passions. And I think they decided they were going to do something together, but they wanted to create like a sub-brand, so to speak. So It's still Queen Studios. The team behind the decisions and the team that's basically funding the project is Queen Studios, but the team that are making them are not the same team. They're all specialists in 6 scale. So it's slightly different to statues. So that's why there's a new brand, because there's a difference between making statues and making figures. And we want to make that clear.
That's awesome. Great answer. Any update on the Catwoman 1/3 on Batpod release?
Does anyone remember the shipping date? There's so many shipping dates in my head.
I was going to say, I feel like it should be
around
quarter 2 or quarter 3, maybe. I don't know.
I think it's Q3. The first batch should be on schedule. I've not heard of any delays. The only delay so far is with shipping because of the lockdowns in China. There's no delays in production, only shipping at the moment.
Okay. Stephen B asks, any further information regarding the Terminator license?
To be revealed soon. We're still working on a few things for that one. We can't say too much until
that's exciting. Yeah. Alex 499 super chat. Thank you very much, Alex. Is it possible for some Batman the Animated Series stuff? I'd love some 1/6 stuff from that. Thanks, John.
It's always possible. Everything's possible. Just it comes down to what can be negotiated and what's popular. So if enough people can get behind it, then we could try.
Awesome. I would love to see it personally. That would be really cool. Warren Dante has a question, just kind of a behind the scenes thing. What does pending licensure approval mean? The final design can change completely, ? It could not be approved entirely. Can you elaborate a little bit?
It means all those things.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
he's not wrong. That's right.
Yeah. Basically, it means the process, and we try to explain this sometimes in our blog posts, and maybe we shouldn't say too much about it, but you submit the concept and then they'll say, yeah, that concept, no one's done that before, or yeah, that will work. Or they'll say, actually change this, change that. And then you take the concept and then you start on the 3D designs. And from the 3D, you submit those and they can look at the whole 360 and they'll say, actually, that's wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is right. Keep that, change that. And it's just a reiterative process. And at any time they could say, actually, no, the studio doesn't want this. And usually it's the same guys that make the movies are the same guys that give the go ahead. So we had a meeting with the people at Fox about Alita, and they said that James Cameron really loves the Alita bust. And he saw it, and the team that made Alita had the go ahead and the final say on the bust and the statue. So usually those guys want to keep the story alive with the statues.
Well, and just imagine being the artist and getting that feedback. Like, that would be incredible to say, oh, the actual person that created this loves my work. Like, that's really exciting.
Yeah, for us, it's really one of the most exciting things was when Todd Phillips reshared our video of the Joker bust on Instagram.
Saw that.
And then,
Incredible.
And then he signed the jacket for us, and he signed a few pieces for the artist that made the bust. So that was like made our day.
That's so awesome. Now I feel like I need to go back and get that Joaquin Phoenix Joker bust now that you've teased the Ledger Joker bust. Like, I think they would look great together. Really
Probably,
neat.
yeah.
Speaking of Ledger, Survivor Series 07 asks about the half-scale Ledger Joker that you've teased. Do we have any updates on when we might see him?
No updates just yet. I think so. There's a few half scales that we're still working on. For example, the Wonder Woman, we're still working on that half scale. The half scale with silicone heads are quite difficult to get all the scaling right, so we're still working on those.
And obviously, you have the half scale Aquaman that's already been shipped, and that turned out really nice. And so it's exciting to see kind of what's coming. Do you know on the Ledger Joker bust if there's a certain pose, or I'm sorry, the Joker half scale? Is there a certain pose that you've seen, or is it just kind of a museum straight up and down?
Can't remember, to be honest.
Okay, I was just curious if it was more like the grenade, like you did with the quarter scale.
It could be, but I can't remember. I'm gonna lobby for the nurse uniform version just because that's what everyone keeps asking for. But
yeah,
at the moment,
cool.
I don't know.
I do think that'd be a real popular version, that's for sure.
With the arms held out to the side, I think walking away from the explosion, that's what everyone wants.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. That'd be really neat. Got a super chat of 99 cents. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that very, very much. Let's see. Joseph R. asked, any more non-movie Spider-Man busts planned, like the Venom Carnage? So you guys obviously did a couple of the comic book versions, which, by the way, are insanely awesome, especially that Venom. I just can't get over how cool that turned out. But any more non-movie based busts? I know you've also teased a Joker quite a long time ago, a comic book Joker bust. What's going on in the comic book bust land?
So we've already done with the Spider-Man. We did the black version, red and blue, and then a red and black Spider-Man comic book bust. Then we've done the comic book Carnage and Venom. So I don't think there's too much room to work with anymore. There's a possibility that they could be carried by a big US company in the future for Polystone. We're just waiting to see on that. And for the Joker that we teased before, I'm not sure, that one might be pushed back. But that one, our art director Oliver, who you saw in the video today, he hand sculpted that in clay, the first version. So I think that's his like passion piece. So I'm hoping it gets made. But he's spent a lot of time on that one. But I don't know the release date.
Is that major US distributor start with an S?
It could do. It just takes time to.
Okay, I'm just like, my ears just lit up when you said that. I'm like, wow, that could be some game changing news right there. That's awesome. So, fingers crossed for you guys. Let's see. Let me see what other questions we have here. DXB says, tell us more about that 1-to-1 Alita real life-size statue. That thing looks incredible.
So I think there could be two versions for that Alita statue. So we've got the one that we first showed at the offline event in January, I believe, or February, where the base is basically taken from the movie. So there's lots of different pieces from some of the robots that she destroyed, and she stood there with the doll body, and there's the real clothing, there's the denim jeans, there's the leather boots, and the silicone head, and it looks incredible. I think because that base is huge in person, there might be another version as well with a slightly smaller base, just because space is a big issue, especially with 1-to-1. So there could be two versions, and the release date, I'm not 100% sure.
We were talking about the life-size Ledger statue that looks incredible. One of the things that we were talking about was the thickness of the hair. Is that something that can still be tweaked at this point, or is it just, it is what it is? Because he had real thinning hair. So we were just curious, because again, I definitely am interested in that piece, but I know that's been discussed in the community of the hair.
I can pass the feedback on. I'm not sure where we are at now. With silicone in particular, it takes some time because it's all done by hand. All the finishing is done by hand. I saw a lot of comments initially a year ago when we displayed the first statue. People were saying it looks too thin, and the suit didn't fit, and that's because the suit was tailored for a slightly bulkier design, and the statue we displayed was really early prototype. So the version we showed in today's video was a lot closer. I think the two criticisms so far is about the makeup looking quite heavy and the hair. So I think they will make some more changes and some tweaks, so it could come out slightly different, but there's only so far they can go with the hair. I think it's the hair on the silicone piece is always a challenge.
Yeah. Well, I was again, I feel like the sculpt is phenomenal. It's one of the best sculpts I've seen. I think the tailoring looks, even better than it did when you originally showed it. Obviously, it's, it is bulkier. It looks good on the mannequin or whatever it is underneath, but I think it's so close. Like, you guys are so close to having it near perfect. So I'm excited to see, what the end product looks like, but it's really cool. We have a question about the teased 6 scale, where I think you even answered it in the chat, that some of them were kind of renders and some of them were actual images of the figures.
I think the Ring Wraith was more of an early prototype, because I think you could see that it was more. You could see more of the cloth.
Yeah.
But the other pieces, they're the concepts right now. But the Gandalf should be released very soon, so we should be able to tease that show a full reveal. We've already teased already, so a full reveal very soon. But usually we're very close to the prototypes and the concepts anyway. So what you see is generally how it's going to look. Just you have to use your imagination to add the hair and the facial likeness.
Jeff, do you have a question?
What are we going to see some more about the quarter scale Captain America that we saw in the video?
Yeah, so the quarter scale Captain America, I was in that part, and filming it felt like it took a lifetime, but actually it was only like a minute. So
of course.
We should be revealing more in the coming weeks. I know that the final images have been approved and we're approved for sale now. Nice. So we should be showing more details of the statue itself. And up close, it does look really cool. I know the half scale also looks amazing, but it's just
really good.
Say, Jeff just saw that at the convention that he saw, and that was, it was really neat to see that. Awesome. And that's exciting, because I didn't know you guys were going to do a Civil War version. They're really cool looking.
Yeah, it's something we've been working on for a while, so it's really great to showcase today. It's a shame that the Iron Man, I think it's the Mark 42, and then the Captain America, they didn't have much screen time, but those two in particular look really good.
Yeah, that Winter Soldier suit is very popular.
I'm sorry, I said Civil War. I meant Winter Soldier. Sorry, wrong movie. But yeah, it looked really good. This gets asked a lot. I know you've answered this before, but people are always wanting to know about 89 Batman and 92 Batman. Any updates? Any news on that license? I know it's incredibly difficult.
Yeah, no news right now. I know Tweeterhead's done a lot of good stuff with the similar styling to that. But so far from our side, no news. It's a little bit more challenging for us.
Have you seen anything about the Bale on Batpod? I know obviously that we talked about the Catwoman earlier, but anything new with what you've seen on that piece?
So that's on the way in 3rd scale. So that's going to be open to more regions. I haven't seen the final prototype, but I've seen the early designs, and it's exactly what you expect. So there's a detail. It's going to look awesome when it's revealed, but I'm not sure the release timeline.
Is there any update on the possibility of being able to interchange Batman with Catwoman if you bought the Catwoman?
I don't think it's possible. I think it would be cool if we could, but because of the way that a lot of these collectibles are made, no two are exactly the same. So the challenge we have is when we make pieces and then we ship them and then there's damage, it's sometimes hard to get the exact same piece because there's just really minute differences, which makes it just wouldn't fit 100%. it's not. I think if it was a figure, it'd be easier, but because it's a statue, it's a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, just to get the keys to line up perfectly sometimes, even on like even if you get like a replacement part from a company or something, a lot of times they don't always fit right. So I think that makes 100% sense to me. Nicholas Capote, $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Says, any chance Queen would be interested in the Underworld movie license? That's another very popular light. That'd be really neat too.
That'd be cool.
I think it would be cool, like maybe like a Lycan or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe awesome to do, but I've not heard of anything just yet. But I think we've spent a lot of time on Marvel and DC in the last couple of years, and in the next year to 2 to 3, we're going to really work on expanding our licensing, and that's something we're working on right now. It just, unfortunately, these things take time, but as collectors and fans, we want to see things faster, but it's just going to take time.
I had a question about licensing, because we've talked about it before, where is it overwhelming sometimes when you get so many licenses? Do you feel like you have like so many cogs in the wheel, so to speak, or, there's just so much going on where it's hard to focus on? Are you able to keep up with demand, I guess? Is that difficult?
So the way we're doing it at the moment is usually we have like different teams working on different licenses. So we've got a whole team working on the new anime style licenses that we showed towards the end.
Yeah.
We've got the new 1/6 team. We've got people that specialize in like the Marvel, Iron Man, that kind of thing. We tend to try and find specialists. So as the more licenses we get, the more challenging it gets. So for example, we're going to try and get the Jurassic Park license, and I think we're going to release that towards the end of the year. So we've got people that are specialists in drawing like animals and dinosaurs and things like that. So it is tough, and it is a tough balancing act. So that's why sometimes things get pushed back a little bit just because of that.
Sure.
You mentioned other licenses, and in that silhouette picture, it looks like there was a John Wick. So do you have a John Wick in the works? Are we going to see that soon?
We'd love John Wick, but I think that's the Matrix. That's the Neo from Matrix 4. Is it Matrix 4? The new Matrix.
Okay, so we're getting some Matrix pieces then.
Yeah, John Wick would be awesome. I think we'd love to do that in 6 scale or quarter scale, but the license right now, we don't have that.
Okay, cool.
That's awesome. We have a great question about the Black Adam, man. That Black Adam on Throne looked incredible. Just really exciting. Again, that's a movie I'm really excited to see. Do you guys have any plans on expanding other characters outside of just The Rock?
I think so. So I don't remember if you guys remember the cartoon series we did a few years back. We did the Joker, the Batman, the Aquaman. We also did like a Shazam at that time as well. So I know we've got the team that have got the passion for it. At the moment, the Black Adam's the first one I've seen. There could be more from that sort of series on the way.
Thank you. Deadpool Red Suit says, are there any plans for classic horror movie licenses like An American Werewolf in London?
That'd be good.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It would be neat.
No plans. Yeah. No plans just yet. I've seen Joe Rogan's got like I don't know if any of you guys watch his podcast, but I think he's got like a full werewolf in his studio. So maybe it'd be cool if you could do something like that one day.
That would be cool. This is one I hear a lot too, Pirates of the Caribbean. Any interest there? Like I know a lot of I would love to see a Davy Jones bust. Like that would be incredible.
I think it's something we've asked about, but it's obviously a Disney license, and those licenses, it depends on what other partnerships they've got existing. So if we can get that, we'd love to do Pirates of the Caribbean.
How about Indiana Jones? Like a hyper real Indiana Jones would be awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's done that from what I know. It's just hard with Disney. We have a lot of licenses with them already. So on this contract, I've not seen anything for Indiana Jones, but when we did the poll for the 1/6 scale, Indiana Jones got brought up a lot. So maybe when we come to renewals in a year or two, it's something we'd negotiate again.
Cool.
Well, it's nice that you already have the foot in the door with them too. I mean, it's like the more I would assume the more you produce and the more quality that's like, wow, this is incredible stuff. I'm assuming Disney sees that and says, okay, let's do more.
Yeah, so it's all about relationships as well, because the more that you work with them, they trust you, you could get more. Like Hot Toys, they're well established because they've worked together for a long time. They can work on more licenses, and it makes sense for those guys to continue their partnership because they've worked together for so long. Why would you jeopardize that for someone new or different? So it just takes time. Everything just comes down to timing and what they're willing to try.
And that's what I said too about in art. You know, you guys came out of the gate with the Joker, which I think is an incredible first piece. And if you guys can match that production, you know, in hand, you guys are going to be a major competitor, I think. You know, if you can continue that up, because that's exciting.
Yeah, hope so.
Yeah. Any plans? Austin asked any plans for a 1/4 scale Batfleck statue. I don't know if that's been teased or not. Maybe we talked about the Nightmare.
I think the Nightmare would be the only one from what I know, and that could be in 1/3, and the rest would be in the scale that's TBD that we showed today with the Nightmare, the BVS, and the other Batfleck. So
that diorama piece there.
Yeah, the diorama piece that fits together. Yeah.
Johnny asked about the It. It was kind of teased, that IP of It. Would that be more like 6 scale probably?
It could be. I don't know. That's the new license. That's the first I saw in the last few weeks. So the scale is TBD as well.
Let's see. $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Another Brotherhood member. Is there any plans to make a 1/4 scale Ironmonger to match the Iron Man line?
Not just yet, but there is a 1/4 scale Iron Man Mark 1 that's going to be released very soon. It could be in the next month or two. And it's going to be similar to our 1/2 scale, but in 1/4 scale, obviously. And the details on that piece are also incredible. So hopefully not too long for that one.
So the 1/2 scale looks incredible.
That sounds awesome.
That does.
Yeah, I think that'll be a really popular piece, I think, because it's not been done.
Also, I think it could be the case like the 1/2 scale where we even use the fabric underneath, because with the Mark 1 you can see some of his clothes.
Yeah.
It could be the same case with this as the 1/4 scale. I've only seen the early prototype, so I've not really seen it up close. I saw it at a distance when it was being photographed, so I'm hoping it's got all the details exactly like the 1/2 scale.
That's awesome.
I got a question for you. That Bloodstorm Batman that you're working on, which looks amazing, by the way. Is there any other plans to continue doing pieces in that line or series, or is that going to be like a standalone Batman piece?
There should be more. So the guy, I forgot, is it Hiroki? I can't remember the
I think that was it. Yeah.
Any teasers of what characters you could be doing like that, like a nightmarish style?
No teasers just yet, but I think we're planning to work with him for a while, and that's his style.
Cool.
Some of the artists that we chose to work with, we've chosen the specialists. So with Maria, her style is like that museum line, and with the Japanese artist, that's his style as well. So we've gone for the different artists that work and specialize. So hopefully there's more to come.
Yeah, I was thinking that museum line, like you said, it'd be cool to do Marvel characters, but also maybe some villains too. Do some
I think the villains would work well.
Yeah, Marvel Joker would be really neat or something. That would be fun to see. And again, I mentioned it during the reaction show, is that it's just so cool that Queen allows their artists to be the artist and to be able to come up with their own concepts. I really think that's awesome. And it just, it really does show through in the end product, I think.
Yeah, so the team, the founders are all concept artists originally. I think I've mentioned this before. So they all worked on like concepts for games and TV shows and movies. So they know about the process of giving people a general direction and just letting them run with it, and then giving feedback and tweaks and changes. So because it's a company run by artists, sometimes we're going to make business mistakes because of it, but generally the art comes first, and we let the other artists, or our goal is to let the other artists be as creative as possible And if they're passionate about the piece, we'll be passionate about it.
That's awesome. I know when you've been on PJ's show, he's asked a lot about Star Wars, but here we have a question about Star Trek. Any possibilities of maybe a Star Trek down the line?
That's the first time someone's asked about Star Trek.
I know everybody always asks about Star Wars.
I think Star Trek is unlikely. If we've got any license, it could be Star Wars, but that's going to be really hard. But we're going to keep plucking away at that one, see what happens.
Can I ask, hey John, can I ask, is that because is Star Trek just not very popular? I noticed one of your competitors is doing Star Trek and their edition sizes are super low and they haven't sold out. And it just makes me wonder how marketable Star Trek is in the hobby right now.
So I can only speak from my experience. So growing up in the UK, Star Trek used to be on TV all the time. And I think the originals back in the early days were really popular. And then the later ones were sort of popular. But if you went to someone and said, have you seen Star Trek? They might say, yeah, maybe watched it once. But if you go to see someone say, have you seen Star Wars? Yeah, of course.
Right.
It's sort of universal around the world, whereas I think Star Trek has a big US following.
Okay.
And where we are in the world, it's just not as popular. So we'd have to go for what people are looking for, essentially.
Right.
And I would assume you sell more in your region than you do in the US, I would guess. I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, so we only really have a few licenses in the US at the moment. So we have to start from our region first, and then if we get new licenses, then we can build up from there. So we have to start with what's close to home. The US market is, in the long term, really important for us because we know that's where most of the IPs are from, most of the movies are from. So we want to really interact with the US market. It's just that's the hardest one for the licensing. It usually comes down to existing partnerships.
Absolutely. Ryan's asking about the Vision Bust. I know Jeff Delaney here has that one on order, and he's really excited about that. Any updates? We haven't really seen much on display of him. I just was curious.
Yeah, I think Jeff messaged me about this a few months ago, maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
I was told it was supposed to be shipping soon, but based on the recent shipping schedule, I didn't see that one on the list. I'll have to ask about that again, and we can post in the Facebook group. Great.
Awesome. Tiago says, $2 super chat question was for the Joker 1/4 artist. Oh, is there any? Oh, we asked earlier about the 1/4. Oh, I think you're talking about the.
He asked earlier about the hair, and I think it got confused with. I think he said 6 scale, so I'm assuming he's talking about quarter scale.
Yeah, so the difference is similar, just the hair, and also with the artist edition, it was made by Viper's team. So I think there's like just a handful of guys working on that project.
Yeah, so his question was, is the only difference between the artist edition and the regular edition is just the hair, right?
Yeah, the paint application might be slightly different because the team that worked on the two are different.
Okay. And then Lane Kramer, $2 super chat. Is the 1/4 scale Black Widow still on pace for Q4?
Yes, there's been no news of any setbacks, so it should be on pace, so to speak. And I think they'll have made a few tweaks and changes here and there on the final piece as well. So hopefully, even better than the prototype.
Okay. So do you mean the portrait or something else?
Yeah, mostly the portrait. Yeah, I don't think it's not gonna be easy to tell a massive difference, but usually we take the feedback on board and we'll work on a few things.
Cool.
But it should look very similar.
Again, Jeff here has got the white and black on pre-order, so that is very exciting. So that's even better news that it might be even improved, even because I thought it looked amazing before. So that's great. Borcube, one of two super chat, $2 Canadian. I second the Star Trek request. So I guess you got a little bit of Star Trek love coming.
Well, there's 2 of us.
That's right. There's 2 of you now.
Edition size of 2.
I love it. Any chance you could share some pics, some photos on the Facebook page in the upcoming weeks for Black Widow? So is there any chance that maybe you could see some updated production photos?
I think it's a little bit early for that right now, but I could ask about it. I do know that there could be some images circulating very soon of some of the other projects that we're working on. So maybe we could be sharing some updates of some other upcoming projects, but not some of the projects that have already started production. So whatever I can get, I'll share. But until then, I just have to wait.
Cool.
That's awesome. I had asked earlier, we talked a little bit about the comic book bust, and I brought up, I don't remember if you answered about the Joker bust. Is there any progress on that particular one, the comic book one?
Yeah, so that one, as I think I mentioned, it's something with the art director Oliver like hand sculpted out of clay, the first piece. So I know that it's something he spent a lot of hours on, but the time and the release on, I don't know. It's not been in the schedule for the first half of this year.
So do you think it might be tweaked still, or do you think that that's what we'll get? Because you guys did release that photo of
we released the photo,
sculpt.
I believe.
Yeah,
the sculpt, and I think that was a clay sculpt from what I remember. So that's the piece he worked on. I don't know if there'll be any major changes. I'm not sure of the timeline for that one.
Okay. Well, we've got a little over 2 hours here. I don't want to keep John too long, but do you guys have any questions here in the panel for John before we kind of wrap things up here and go about our day?
I think I asked everything I needed to ask. The rest of you guys.
Well, I just want to, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be on the show. That's awesome in itself. And I also want to tip my hat to Queen Studios. It was really cool. Obviously, the production value, you guys have, continued to increase, your video packages and things like that. So that's very exciting to see as collectors. And again, especially in this time where we can't go to conventions as much and to still be able to bring that excitement level to the community. I know here, all of us at Rogues Gallery Live, we really appreciate that very much.
Yeah, thanks for watching. It's been a long time in the coming. I think I messaged you, Chris, maybe in January saying we were planning this, so it's taken a long time. So finally we got there, and I'm glad that everyone could take the time to get up early to watch it. And what we're working on right now is trying to get some samples for San Diego Comic-Con. So I think those people were underwhelmed with the Spider-Man, but the lighting at that event and also the styling of the hair was terrible. So we're going to work on that, and by San Diego Comic-Con, we should be having the Loki bust, hopefully the Doctor Strange bust, the revitalized Iron Spider-Man, and also possibly one more. So hopefully we get more chances to get collectibles to US collectors this year. But unfortunately, we can't travel because of coronavirus in China. So we'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to watch today. And also thanks for all the questions.
Absolutely. And of course, we'll have John on again as soon as we can get you back on. And, I'm assuming you guys will continue to constantly put out new stuff. Obviously, you've teased way more than even you teased today in the groups and things. So, again, I just can't thank you enough for being here. And it's very exciting to see all the things that are going to be coming out from Queen Studios. It's very awesome. So anyway, I want to thank everybody in the chat. You guys have been amazing here today. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. And again, just if you would take a second to hit the like button, that does help other collectors find this content. It helps with our algorithm. So thank you. Definitely support Queen Studios' YouTube channel as well for their reaction today, or their package today, video package, and also check out Secret Sanctuary over on YouTube as well. So anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching. We'll see you in the back cave. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
I guess.
See you guys.